Welcome to ComSpark. We are live from Columbus, Ohio. My name is Jordin Kirk, and I am on the Executive Host Committee for ComSpark, and I'll be your guest host today. Today we are here with Venki Rao from CAS. Appreciate you taking the time to sit down with me.
Thank you.
And we're just going to talk through some of the initiatives that his organization is heading up this year. So I know CAS is obviously a 112-year-old organization, and over that time there's probably been a lot of evolution of technology. Can you kind of walk me through what you guys have done over this past century?
Sure. The good news is I was not there for 112 years, and obviously, to my own surprise, it was a well-kept secret that CAS is a 112-year-old organization within Columbus, Ohio. It's been here all along. Most of the time, same location. We have a 56-acre campus right by Ohio State University. So we originally started, the full form of CAS is Chemical Abstracts Service. So we started as a print service. So we used to collect chemistry information. We used to get articles and print the abstracts and send it to chemists and bench scientists and researchers. If they like the article, they would send a postcard back and we'll send in the full article. So that's how we started. And obviously for several years, we had a division of American Chemical Society, so we had a not-for-profit organization. So for several years, we operated as a mission-based organization. We are fulfilling the mission of to help scientists and send them information that they can utilize in research. In the last 40 years or so, 40 plus years, we started to digitize all this information we were collecting and curating, and that turned into a very profitable business because now we have digitized data that we could use and create databases from them and provide that information to our scientists online. So it started as a mainframe technology. Okay. And we still have a little bit of remnants of that, and then eventually migrated to client server. And now, we use anywhere from the mainframe, like I said, to OpenStack, Hadoop clusters on the back for the servers, for the storage, and we have a public cloud. We use Amazon AWS, and we also have private cloud. We have our own data center, 16,500 square foot data center right on our campus, and we host most of our software there. So it's very much like operates like Google. It's a search engine for the most part. So we have multiple search engines for different clients. So we have a search engine for patent specialists versus a search engine for scientists and chemists and all researchers. So they log in. It's a subscription-based model. Okay. So they log in and they search for their data, the data they wanted to search, and it's highly precise, curated by over 350 PhD scientists that work for CAS on a daily basis. So the data currency and the volume and the accuracy is a pretty much can be used in drug discovery or scientific discovery. So it's very valuable data for our scientists. So that's how we use technology. So at the bottom line is our scientists are buying our information through our technology. So we are an information systems company, and very well kept secret in Central Ohio.
It's really interesting. So obviously with that comes initiatives and growth strategies, to keep on the dial of moving forward and keeping up with all this digital transformation. What type of strategies or initiatives do you see in the next 2 years for CAS?
Absolutely. So we just wrapped up our first 5-year strategy. The reason we said first 5-year strategy, even though it's a 112-year-old organization, our CEO joined us a little over 5 years ago. So when he came on board, he had a 5-year strategy on taking our 2 flagship products and growing them and adding a couple more products to it. So the second 5-year plan, we just released that. Now we are kind of, we diversified more towards services and analytics company, along with being a product company. So we have about 6 or 7 products in our portfolio, and a couple of them are being built at this point. And then on top of it, we have launched a services organization. Incidentally, I run services organization as well.
Okay.
So we have so much knowledge, technology knowledge, chemistry knowledge, scientific knowledge, as well as the data, scientific data. We can provide all that as services to our existing customers as well as new clients. So in addition to that, we also have launched an analytics and insights business where we can take our customers' data, combine that with our data, and provide the analytics that they may not be able to do it on their own.
Okay.
So that's kind of generating a little bit of revenue on the side. So services are also humming on kind of 6 cylinders right now.
Yeah.
I would like it to be humming on 8 or 10 cylinders.
Absolutely.
But this is the first year, so
Okay.
we are for a first year business. We are doing very well, and on top of it, we are investing in our brand recognition. Like I said, CAS was around for 112 years, and very few people know what CAS is. Some people think we store chemicals in there. Some people think we are part of Ohio State University. So we are working hard on making sure that our brand is recognized. So we are doing a lot of community work, and as well as we are sponsoring women in technology, women in analytics, any other Ohio State hackathons. So our name is out there, so we can recruit the early career folks onto our team, because we have a 350 people technology organization.
Right.
And as technology is changing and as we are growing, we need more resources. And we are trying to attract those early career college graduates.
Yep.
So that's another thing. We are working on brand recognition. And the last thing is we are working on customer excellence. We want to make sure that since we have over 40,000 customers and about 500 to 600,000 users, we want to make sure that their experience with our products and our services is next to none.
Absolutely.
We want to provide the best experience to them. So when they are done working with us, they get exactly what they're paying us for, and along the way, their experience is so rich that they want to come back to get more services from us. So those are the second 5-year
Okay.
plan that we are working on: growing services, growing product line, brand recognition, data analytics and insights, as well as customer experience.
Okay, yeah, those all sound like great things. I mean, I know analytics is a hot topic now, right? So along with that is the hot topic of machine learning. You keep hearing about that in technology nowadays. How is CAS keeping up with that trend, and what are you guys doing from a machine learning process?
Sure. So we are doing a couple of things. From the AI and machine learning standpoint, what we are doing is, first of all, we are in the curation, in the content curation, we are using machine learning. So let me explain what that means. So on a daily basis, we get a lot of scientific information that we subscribe to that's coming our way. Some of it is from print material, some of it is coming from electronic data as a form of electronic data. So our scientists take that and they mark them up. Excuse me. They mark them up and they classify them, whether it is a reactions data, whether it's a formulations data, and they give that to pass it on to the technology team. The technology team takes that and index it properly, and then apply the right data structure and store that data. So now, with the help of machine learning, most of the curation, the indexing, the marking up is all done by computers. So what we are doing is we built algorithms and we are teaching the computer on what to look for, what to mark up, how to classify. So 80% of our curation is done through machine, while the scientist is assisting and overlooking the curation. So as a result of that, our 350 plus PhDs, have that much, they created that much capacity for themselves to go do higher value work. So they're not sitting and just marking up the papers and highlighting text on the screen. The computer is doing all that. They're verifying, making sure that it's right, and they're moving on to do higher value work. So that's one area we are using machine learning and AI. The other area we are working on is we work closely with a lot of patent offices. So we have been collecting patent-related data for the last 60, 70 years. So we take that information. So let's say if you are U.S. Patent Office, you are U.S. Patent Office, and I have filed a patent. And for your analyst to take a look at that patent and make sure that a similar patent is not filed or a related patent is filed, go through all that, and whether to award a patent or reject the application, it takes weeks, sometimes months. So if you go to Brazilian patent office, Chinese patent office, that time is even longer. It takes them months before they can get to your application and process it. So what we are doing is, through the help of AI and machine learning, we built algorithms where they can run these papers, these applications through our algorithm, so it can weed through based on the highlighted text or the whatever the keywords are. It will go does a whole a search on a whole lot of information that already is in the database, and comes back and tells you within seconds whether a similar patent is awarded or not. And if you want, if the analyst wants, they can further verify that. Otherwise, if the answer is very evident, very clean and evident, they would say, okay, let's reject this. So the process of going through the patent application and either approving or rejecting is getting quicker. And we are doing this with 100% certainty. So we started up with 90, 95, 98, and now we are at a place where a patent office can use our solution and come up with 100% accurate results. So these are the two areas we are working on machine learning, and every day it's a new day. We are adding more more and more what do you call it, the clauses and the different informations for the machine to learn faster and process data faster and accurately.
That's awesome. And it sounds like you guys are off to a great start, and I very much appreciate you spending the time with me talking today. And for more information, you guys can visit ComSpark.tech.